Hi friend, welcome to my channel. I'm Insika, a junior web developer who is just sharing what I know. So in this video, we'll be looking at what are accessibilities in HTML. So stick around with us. This video is no joke. So let's go on to the practical aspect of it. Let's start with accessibility. Now, what do we mean by accessibility? Accessibility means making the website, I'm just defining it in simple terms. It means making the website accessible to the outreach of everyone, including screen readers who are blind.
This is what accessibility looks like in a desktop. Some countries like US don't allow website to work without
Alexander endeavored to reach
accessibility.
the ends of the world in the great outer sea and invaded India in 300.
So did you see how the screen started talking by itself? It will say everything in that web page, including the lists and everything, like the images. It will talk about them. This is for mostly visually impaired people who can't use the desktop, who can't see from the desktop.
Let's understand what accessibility is. The first one we'll talk about is the header element. We are describing them into categories, that is the tag and the purpose and the assistive benefits, which is the function. So now the header element, which you can see here, the header, or you can call it the header tag when it's with no close tag. The header tag, as you can see here, is used for the page section or header to show the screen readers the top section of the HTML document. So let's look at how it works. So let's start by opening the Acode app. Remember to save anything you are working on as .html so that it will show that it's an HTML document. So now when I want to save this, I'm going to write, since it's practice, I'll put it in a practice folder, then write practice.html. Whatever name that you are using, this HTML.html must be there. Override. So that's it. So now we use the header element. So the header element, as I said, is for indicating the top section. Let's say our top section will mostly come with h1 element. So we have h1 describing the top section. Let's say we have something like welcome to Bossman Tech. And now you have an anchor element. Home, let's say this is the home. Yeah. So this is how your anchor element is. You have your home here. So we create another anchor element. Because of time, I won't be typing it. I'll just copy what we have here and paste down. Okay, which is still the same thing, just to make things faster. But if you like, you can copy it, but copying it will make you slower. Contact. Note that this nav shows that this is a navigation button. Is also an accessibility element. So once we execute this code, you see how it goes. It shows that this is the heading of your website. That the header element, that's the job of the header element.
The footer tag is always seen as the page footer. That's your web page bottom, like the bottom of your web page, and it always identifies the end of your web page. That's the end of the section. So Let's look at it practically.
So now practically looking at the footer element, we write it down. So after this, I'll show you how to write the copyright symbol. This is how the copyright symbol is. COP, copy. Yeah, then you have this semicolon on the right hand side. That's the copyright symbol. If you execute it, you'll see that symbol showing there. And this is the paragraph element for text. All rights reserved. So let's say we have 2025. This is a footer. It shows you what is at the bottom of your code, of your web page. So it's not only the paragraph element that can stay in the foot under the footer. You can also have the anchor element there. Anchor element. And here we can have something like something like privacy policy. So in this anchor element, know that that place I'm writing privacy currency is a link that's supposed to be there. So if you don't know about the anchor element, check my previous videos. You'll see where I described it. Privacy policy. So that's it. That's for the footer element, the footer tag.
Let's head over to the navigation element. The navigation element is used to define the navigation block. It enables users to engage with quick navigation. I'm sure you've seen something like this on your webpage before. Can you see up courses well listed? That's the work of the navigation block. You might not fully use it except you understand CSS very well. So let's take a look at how it works practically on our Acode app.
So this one lets screen readers skip directly to the navigation button. So you can have something like an ordered list. If you don't know what list is, you can check my other video for listing. It's just like numbering this on ordered list. So if we have something like this is supposed to be a link, I'm just using this for as an example. Because of time, I'll just copy that. Here we can have services. So this is used for like the navigation of your web page. If you know what navigation is, like all these, I won't be able to explain it really for you. All those icons you see on the top of your web page.
The next one we'll be considering here is the main element. So it's used to define the page primary content, the most important information in the page. It always skip directly to that particular content. Let me show you how it works practically on your Acode app.
Main tag. So this is it. So you are going to have, you can have something like
This is to our services. Use PA. We give a so this is the main tag. Your main tag should only appear once in your web page, not twice. Like this, the main content of your web page. You use this element to indicate it, this main to indicate it. Let's look at the section element. It's used to give thematic grouping in your web page. Like if a section is for testimonials, it's going to be there to indicate for screen readers to be able to identify different sections in your web page. For the section tag is used to add thematic meaning. When we say thematic means we are bringing all the themes together, connecting all the themes together to form one whole group. That is thematic grouping. So let's put it into practice. Customers say about us. So that's it. So this is just a group on its own, testimonials group. If you check your web page, you'll see something like this at the down page. So this shows that this is a different section of your web page. So the next one we'll consider here is the article element. Look at it right there. The article element is a standalone content block just for content. It identifies self-contained content, like it's used for blog, for newspapers. Let me show you how it works on your Accord app or on your VS Code editor. This is just like heading, but this one is mostly used in blog page. So you can have H1. You are coding with a blog page, you are going to need this. And let's say the title of the person's post is how to build a responsive web page. You can now have your H1 as your paragraph element to describe. So I added a description with a paragraph element. You now add this. That's for the article. It's mostly for the beginning of to show that the web page is an article or news. For screen readers, like one screen reader just start to play this, like to read it in audio recording, it's going to just automatically display robotically in an audio voice that it is an article before they start reading on. Hope that's clear for accessibility. The next one we will consider here is the figure and the fig caption element. The figure element is used for explaining the image, for inputting the image and all the medias. So like even videos or audios, and it used to provide context to the visual like explanation to the visuals. While the fig caption, as you can see, is used to write a caption for the figure, like to explain what is happening in the figure element, which the figure element is just like the whole container. It's the fig caption, as you can see in this table, it describes the image for all users. So now let's look at the figure and the fig caption tag practically. So you have something like this container. The figure is just like the container for any image you are trying to indicate. So this is the image. You have the image element under it. Have source. This is the, and you know this name must be the same with the name of the one on the file. Like it's the same here. Can you see? This is the practice.html. This is the folder I saved it. This name and this name and this name and the one you are going to insert in this source should be the same, and they should be inside the same file. This HTML document is a file, they should be inside the same file. So you have out, this is a so after that, inside the figure, inside this container, this is just like the container element. This is a container element. We are going to have the fig caption element. So you can just write is to show a code, like describing. This fig caption is for describing your image. So if the image doesn't reload, it will show this alternate. And if it is a screen reader, like what I showed you on this video previously, it's going to just read for the screen readers who are blind. It will just read this. This is to show a code to describe the web page for them. So this is how, can you see? So we can resize it. I hate this being small with 200. Can you see? That's it for the fig and fig caption. That alternate won't show. This alternate won't show is when it doesn't load. If you notice, like if you don't have network, or if you're on an old desktop and something is trying to load, it will just show you the name of the image instead of the main image itself. Like now if I cancel this, it will show that out. You see that out. Can you see it? So that's it.
So let's consider the label element. The label element is mostly for forms, and it associates text input for screen readers. Like once a screen reader read on your website, tell them that this is a form, and it's going to show them what text was there or what type of form it is. Let's briefly look at the label element for accessibility. So this is how it works. This one uses the form input most times. So we are going to have input type. Let's use text or email. So in using this one, we'll need the ID attribute. This is used to show the identity of
when we want to label the form accessibility. So ID attribute will be both in the inbuilt attribute and in the label attribute. So this is an email form. So this is how this one goes. And I write email form. So can you see how this one works? That's it. This is the text input. For those of you who haven't done form in HTML, it's very easy to grasp.
Alright, at the end of this video, I'm sure you learned the core terms of HTML, programming language, and which were accessibility in HTML, which they don't often teach in most tutorials. I hope this video helped you. Subscribe and give it a thumbs up for more web dev content like this.